We are here today to start this podcast. This is podcast 11. Sorry I missed Monday. I had a lot going on. I've been moving. Okay, I know it's only episode 11. I said I would not miss a week. And I did miss a week. I missed half a week, okay? I'm sorry. There's a lot going on. But it's February. And we're going to get into this podcast. But before we do that, we got to get this intro. I wish I could rap so I could make an intro. I never know how loud that is. I'm gonna come in here strong with 20 minutes of solid gold. It's February 1st right now while I'm filming this. This will probably not be up until tomorrow because it's late. It's 10 o'clock right now. And I'm like, I gotta get this 20 minutes in or I won't do it. Depending on how easy this goes, I'm thinking about filming my next video right after this one so I can go ahead and edit that and put it up for Monday. So that's on the list of things to do. But it's February. And if you don't know me, I am half black. If you don't know me, I know I look white, and I know you're going to tell me that I am white. So that's cool. But it's February. This is where I get half a month. Almost said Thanksgiving. I believe that Valentine's Day is my cutoff. That's where it's like, you can't go any further. You're done. February 4th, you're only half black. You only get half the month, right? I mean, I'm not greedy. I'm not going to take the whole month, but it's Black History Month. And I'm like, can I get half the month? Half my family had to deal with all that shit, right? Okay? Half of them had to deal with slavery and all that, okay? And the other side was on the other side of it. So I'm sorry about that to you. But it's February, and I get 14 days. February 14th, you can cut me off. What day is February 14th on this year? I'm not sure. Well, why do I keep? Is it I used to say Valentine's Day. Just like I think I found out that that expression. We had a truce. I thought it was we had a truce, like truth. Like I can't say that word, truth. Okay, but there's a lot going on in the world right now. It's insane out there. People are dying because it's so cold. Chicago, how are you? I hope you're staying warm because I hear people are dying just from the bitter coldness, and that is insane. The ice storm in Kentucky is the last time that I was like, I'm done. That's like winter. I was like, if we were in a relationship, I would leave and never come back. But I come back once a year for winter because I have to. It's like this. I feel like a battered wife. I just keep going back. I don't know what to do. I don't know. But if I had it to be like I wanted it, I wish we could just live in spring, summer, and fall. Just just those three. Winter. I mean, what does winter serve? Does it serve a purpose? Does winter serve a purpose? Does any? I mean, I know like rain and all that. You need that for the crops. You need it. You need all that. But does ice? This icing? I sit for an hour and a half. I have to cross this bridge before I go to work. I don't. What is the? Does that bridge have a name? I don't think the bridge that I cross has a cool name. That's not cool. It splits Indiana and Kentucky, so I have to cross that bridge to go to work. Okay. So this morning it was ice everywhere. I mean, I walked out the front door and almost just hit the ground. Just hit the ground as hard as I could. And I'm just like, man, it worked out in my favor though, because I woke up late and I was like, freak. He told me, my boss told me I had a meeting today, and I was like, okay, I'll be there right on time, of course. And I wake up 5 minutes before I have to be there. But thankfully, winter saved me. I'm not a winter fan, but winter saved me today. Saved me a cussing because the bridge was frozen and they shut it down. It's like, sorry, too many wrecks out here because people. I was getting real irritated on the way home. I think it's because I was hangry. Because after work, I was like, I had to sit in the middle of the highway on just right before the bridge, just sit there for an hour and a half. So I'm like, okay, I work all day. Okay, I go to work, doing what I have to do. I go, and then on the way home, I'm like, okay, all the ice is gone, so we'll be good. Nope, they're doing construction at the bridge, and traffic is just on a dead stop. And I'm like, man, is there anything else y'all could be doing? Like, I know we have to do construction. I know, but geez, can I get a break? And then I'm almost through it, and then a wreck happens right when I'm almost at the finish line, But if I'm running a marathon, I ran the 26 miles that I had to run. However long you have to run. I don't know why I threw 26. Is that a marathon? I do not know. But I did it. And I get to the finish line and I roll my ankle at the end. And I'm stopped and I'm like, what? I was almost there. And I was just irritated. I was like, I haven't worked out in like a week and I can tell it's been getting to me. And the way I've been eating was not like, oh man. I really thought I was going to, my goal this year is to go all year under 200 pounds. That is my goal. And I went to weigh myself today and I was like, this is not going to be good because I have been eating like dog shit this week. And I was like, I for sure am going to be back to 256. I don't know why, but I weighed no, I didn't weigh two anything. I weighed 191. And so I previously weighed, like last week I was down to 196 or 186, and I'm like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought, because I thought this scale was gonna be like, bro, you're like 215 already. I'm like, what is going on? Anyways, but last night I was like, you know what? I couldn't sleep, so I watched a documentary called "Too Fat for Love," and one of them was just a real big guy in England, I want to say. He was the biggest guy. You know, I wish that the America could switch from pounds to stones. Whatever country uses stones, because in their country, all I have to say is, "Oh man, I weigh 13.5 stones." But here I'm like, I weigh 225 pounds, and they're like, God damn. But if people say you weigh 13.5 stones, that's not bad. That just sounds better, doesn't it? Because when you start adding numbers, you like once you start getting the three digits, you're kind of like, man, you're kind of heavy, bro. And that's what I feel like Americans. We're just like, as an American, okay, I am full blooded. I'm not full blooded white or black, but I am full blooded America. How does that work? How did I get so lucky to be born in America? Is that luck, or did somebody talk to God and throw a good word in for me? It's like, put him down, America. Put him in the Midwest. Is Kentucky considered the Midwest? I never understood, because I think the Midwest is north, right? There's north of Kentucky. Is that how that works? Are we considered the South or the Midwest? I always wondered, because in the I don't even know what I'm talking about, but uh, I just wanted to come on here and say, if you're, we, we all have to go to work, okay? There's this guy at work, bless his heart. He's not a bad guy or anything, and I hope that if they find this, it's 5 years down the road, hopefully when I'm not working there, and hopefully I am employed somewhere else better, because people, man, there's this guy at work, okay? I'm just bitching here today, okay? I'm just coming here to complain. There's this guy at work who calls me every day and says he's doing the same thing we do every day. Do you understand? I don't want to give away what I do, but so there's a certain activity I have to do every day for work. Every day, same time, every day. And yet he has to call and say, "Hey, we're doing this morning." Hey man, we've done this 6 times this week, okay? This is the 8th month. I thought like you'd call the first week, like help me out, be like, oh, he needs to understand how to do this. But we are 8 months in. We are 8 months in. That is like a quarterback telling a running back, hey man, it's 32 ISO. Go through this gap. And the first week, the running back was like, okay, thanks man, that really helps. 8 months later, 8 months later, the quarterback looks back, hey, 32 ISO, go through this gap. And he's like, hey, man, we've been doing this every Sunday or Friday if you play high school football, or Saturday if you play college football, or Monday if you play JV or freshman, which I happen to be a part of. I was an all-American freshman football player in high school. And I'm just going to say, I'm going in the past of the person who is, I own every freshman record that was never recorded. And I can say that because you can't prove it. Nobody can. So I'm just going to go on record and say I did that. But this guy at work just continuously just calls and calls. He calls like an ex-girlfriend that wants me back, okay? That's what I'm saying. And it's sad because I don't have his number saved in my phone, but I know exactly who it is every time he calls. And you're just like, I feel like he's a bill collector. Like, is this how people feel? Is it like, you know how online they always complain about bill collectors? And I just like, what am I supposed to do with this? Am I supposed to say something? Am I supposed to let it ride? I don't know. He also calls the. We go to this. Oh, forget it. I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm just, there's a, and people were dying. Like I said earlier, people were dying in Chicago. In Illinois, there was a FedEx employee, 69 years old, still working at FedEx. Like, FedEx, come on. Come on, help a brother out. He's 69, and you got him in negative 26-degree weather, whatever it was at the time he died, passed away, delivering packages, and I just say I don't feel like FedEx cared much about him. I feel like every corporation is like, well, we lost. I feel like it's an ant farm because I'm pretty sure the ants don't mourn other ants. They're just like, well, we're gonna fill its position somehow. Somebody's got to do it, and that's how FedEx is gonna look at it. Like somebody's got to take care of it, and you're just like, geez, can we give him a plaque or something? Can we put his name on the wall? If you work at FedEx, put his name on the wall, please. Contact your management and just get it out there because I feel like this guy. Just want to say, the mail, the USPS, is that what it, United States Postal Service, did not even go out in Chicago because it was so cold. But FedEx is like, no, we're better than that. We're better than that. Somebody's got to get the arms, this light messing everything up. But I'm just here, and I'm just got to get back into it, and I'm feeling good. I'm really trying to get this stuff going, but work is still really busy. I'm not forgetting what I'm trying to do, but I'm going to keep it going. I had something else I wanted to talk about. This podcast is average. This vodcast. Can somebody, if you're listening to this, can you let me know how to get on iTunes? Do I have to pay to be on iTunes? Is that how that works? I don't know. Do you have to pay a monthly subscription to put your podcast on there? Because a lot of people are doing it, and I can't figure it out yet. This is 12 minutes of pure gold, right? The Super Bowl is Sunday, and let me tell you something. It is the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams. Are people in St. Louis still Los Angeles Rams fans? Is that how that works? Or do they leave and they're just like, no, we're not going to support them anymore? I don't understand. Because I'm in Kentucky. We don't have a professional anything. We got a professional horse riding once a year event that happens. I mean, it's not once a year. There's smaller events. But that's all we have. And I don't even know if that's considered professionally. I don't know. But the Super Bowl, Tom Brady versus who's the Rams quarterback? Goff, Goff. Am I saying that right? Golf. And I just want you to know, at this time of the year, violence goes up in the house. Domestic violence. The Super Bowl, I believe they call this the Abuse Bowl for women because for some reason I was really surprised. I did not know that people got mad at sports and beat their close ones because I feel like there's a lot of reasons you could beat somebody, like cheating on you or stealing stuff from you and all that. But they're beating their family members over football games that they have no part of, and that is just astonishing to me. I'm like, you telling me that abuse at February 3rd every year is a skyrocket in domestic violence? That is just insane. What are we doing here? As a man, we've got to do better, right? Right? And as a guy who's taking a back seat to sports, because sports, I can tell, obviously, I mean, look, I am no Tom Brady of anything, but I am pretty what's that? Athletic. Because I will tell you, speaking of the Super Bowl, today I was invited to join a weekly volleyball team, and I said yes, and I don't know one rule. I do not know one rule about volleyball. All I know is, does everyone have to serve? Because I have too much anxiety to be serving in front of a group of people at the local YMCA that I have no part of in my life that I know. Like, I remember being in college and doing speeches, and I'm like, man, do people just come up here and just kill these speeches? I'm just like, Mars, great place to be, better than Jupiter. And I just get in front of people, and I can't do it. And now, the woman put me on the spot, was like, hey, Friday nights we have a volleyball league. Would you like to join? I don't know if she saw me just off in the distance shooting hoops by myself like a lonely kid. That's probably what it was. I probably looked like Jordan in Space Jam, like I was doing all that stuff, but like make me like Mike. Wait, that was I just put two movies together. That was I was saying make me like Mike, but that was a reference from Bow Wow's movie Like Mike. I'm sorry. I don't remember what Jordan said in Space Jam. I'll have to go back and check. That was a bad reference, okay? But anyways, I was by myself playing basketball, shooting hoops, and this woman's like, "Hey man," women don't talk like that. "Hey sir," what do women say to man? "Excuse me, sir. Um, we play every Friday night. We play volleyball." And you're alone all the time. So, why don't you get out here and show us your volleyball skills? And I was like, of course I will. She walked off, and I was like, I just said yeah. I just agreed to something I have no clue how anything in that sport works. I've watched volleyball on TV, and they score a lot. Like, aren't the scores like 25, 23? Like, weird stuff. I don't even know how scoring works. Do they go back and forth, or do you only get a point if your team is serving? Is that right? I played volleyball in high school, and I was not the best. I can jump, but I don't know how to accurately. It's like when I was playing tennis. You watch Serena and what's her sister's name? What's it? Serena and her sister Venus? The, the I'm so sorry. Do not get mad at me for forgetting their names. But you watch them play tennis, and they make you think that you can play tennis. Went and played tennis. It is not easy at all. Just like golf. Golf, people say it's not a sport. It's more of a mental thing, and like you got to have your mind and your hand connection or muscle connection, whatever that stupid stuff means. But it's all really like you watch it on TV. You watch LeBron James. You're like, oh, if I go to the court, I could dribble like that. It's not the same. Like my left arm was pretty nice in middle school and high school basketball. I didn't play high school basketball on the team, okay? I played in the streets because that's how I am. I played NFL Street on PS2. Shout out to the Atlanta Falcons. That was the best team with Michael Vick. Don't kill the dogs. Okay, I'm sorry. I just scratched my nose because my mustache is out here wild and it's just out here. But the Super Bowl is this weekend. So if your team is in the Super Bowl, just want to say, Los Angeles Rams fans, wives, be on the lookout for the left hook. Patriots, the New England area, Boston, and is Boston the only area? I need to really learn my history, but do not, if win or lose, do not beat anybody. Just go get a punching bag from Walmart for $79.99. Get a pink one. That's what I would do. Get some pink boxing gloves. And if your team loses the Super Bowl, you go in there and you beat the shit out of that bag. You punch it like that video of Mike Tyson punching a punching bag. You just do all that. You do that, but do not hit a woman. You can hit another man. Like men don't get enough credit in this world. If a man dies, it's like, well, we lost one. But if a woman or a child dies, it's tragic, and it's just how it is. It's just how it is. You read an article and you're like, oh, two kids died this week, or two kids died today, and their mother in a van wreck, and you're like, man, that really sucks. That is sad. But then you could read just a solo article about a husband. Say the husband it says, Jeffree Star. That's a famous person, I think. I'm pretty sure that's a guy who does makeup. He was on trending on my YouTube. That's why I said that. But no, I don't want to use somebody's real. Felix Gray. Is that from somebody from Grey's Anatomy? Felix Gray died in a wreck, solo wreck, just him and his van. And people are like, well, that's sad. All right, I'm gonna keep scrolling. I'm going to scroll through these articles real quick because that's just the world we live in. If a man dies, it's kind of like, well, whew. Luckily it wasn't a kid or a woman. That's how it works. And, I can't say that it shouldn't be like that because it's like that. And that's the podcast for the week. And sorry it's taken so long. I'm sorry for missing Monday. I've been moving. I got all the excuses. The office where I record has been occupied because it's that season that it's got to be occupied. So I'm going to do my best, but thank you for listening. This is podcast 11. Comment how much you hate this. Actually, don't comment at all. That's what I would do. Don't like this video. You should like this video. Happy birthday to my little brother, Keegan. Keegan Ryan Powell, KRP. Killing it. I wish I could make it to your bowling party tomorrow. I'm gonna try to, because I am the bowling king. Okay, we're gonna get out of this podcast. Okay. Have a good night. That's what I call the drive.